I've been searching with one eye for words that start with the letters P, W, or I. This has been part of a self-imposed constraint to write poems where every word in a piece starts with one of these letters as a kind of acrostic. The letters are in reference to the acronym PWI, which stands for Predominantly White Institution, a term in conventional usage that describes institutions of higher learning in which white people account for 50% or greater of the student enrollment. The questions posed by such a constraint are various, but the ones I keep coming back to are, where do PWIs start and stop? What have PWIs allowed me to see? What do they make hard or impossible to see? What do they make unutterable? Here's an example of one of these poems. Partnerships, woodpeckers, inflorescent packaging, warblers illumined, pollen wasps and forests, yonder stories, impossibly perched wrens, instructing, singing use inside. In this case, presuming PWIs are foundational and recombinant, what can poems anchored and guided by this acronym imply about constructions of thought and reality? As I write them, I can hear Audre Lorde's deconstructing the master's house with the master's tools. Using strict constraints for poetry repetitively and exhaustively reminds me of the promise of genre, of media in general that embraces the illusion of repetitive structures providing novel perceptions. Through repetition, I am pushed, tricked even, into rethinking the relationship between printed words, conventional spelling, sound, utterance, and concept, leading me to words like silence. The impression I get from this exercise is that, with enough time, anyone would arrive at these poems. Yet, as Borges' short story, The Immortal, points out, this quandary is not uncommon. In The Immortal, Homer appears as an immortal who is simultaneously a cave-dwelling troglodyte. Shortly after Homer's identity is revealed, the narrator of the story surmises that, as one person who has been living forever, how could Homer not have written something like the Odyssey? The rhetorical question posed by Borges, of course, is less about the quantity or quality of works an individual may produce in one lifetime, and more about the problem of understanding life as a finite series of individualized lifespans. What follows is 14 poems I've written using this constraint, ideally read in concert with scenes from the music video for Slipknot's 2004 international hit Duality and the 1997 TV miniseries adaptation of Homer's Odyssey.
What happened?
I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never ends. It works its way inside. If the pain goes on.
Patterns revealed and places we inherit pile wildly inside, twisting, winking.
Who are you?
Immortality's print, wreathed in plots, wind throw, interludes.
We're just soldiers. We're lost. And eating my food. And why not?
No.
It's true. We just helped ourselves. As your guests, we know. We bring gifts. That is the custom in this part of the world, no? That is the law. Here we have no law. Here we do what we want. You're not alone.
Cyclops once overed. A movable Polyphemus went elusively, sightless. Waxen intruders, situation was intertwined. Part 1, imprisonment. Part 1, infamy. Pretending what's in prophecy. Walk-ons insist sinking walls impossibly. Presto. Well-lit ignorance. Predominant works invite pleasure. Wonderful inferno. Pigeonhole. Ithaca's pirates, Western Island symbolizing weltered independence. Primitive water bears imbibe, purples written invoke Polyphemus's wet iris.
Please, calm down.
Phoenician words introduce sides. Rear view intuition pumps red. Eye pillows rested, I sigh. Ridden inside. New ways inside out.
Another. What is your name?
My name is Nobody. Nobody.
Citizen, revere, inferior syllables, wreckage inventoried, parties working immature patterns well into pure refinery until we iterate. Prompt, watch, I peer within, I peer without, I peer wondering if peering will include silence. Will it? Purity, wellness, innocence, probity, worthiness, integrity, polite, winsome, incorruptible, passive, wonderful, immaculate, prudent, washed, ingratiating, pleasant, welcome, inviting. Prick, writhe, injure, punch, ring, imbrue, push, wuther, inch, pull, wiggle, irritate, prod, wield, illume, pen, write, itemize.
What have you done to me? Oh, I cannot see. Help! Help me! I cannot see. Brothers, brothers, he's blinded me. He's blinded me. Nobody has blinded me. Nobody has blinded me.
Parasites will improvise pink, wageless, inadmissible parts, wine dark, innuendos, parting waves, identical parallel universe, innocent people's realistic innies.
I will kill you and eat you piece by piece. Help me. I will get you. Where are you? I will get you. I hear you. You can't escape. I will get you. Where are you? Where are you?
Sci-fi whodunit, insinuating nobody. Reversals, inscrutable physical wrath. Initially, Prometheus was impervious. Peers would interpret power well, invisibly. Polyphemus weeps in perpetuity, retreating into public. Wheedling infant plant-like rhetoric, I patina. Running into talismanic rank incessantly.
Father, avenge me! Father!
We sailed for months.
Cyclops
Cyclops Island.
with ill-pressed words implies Poseidon's warning. Island's pendulum wades. Eyeless, pelting rocks into patterned waves. Incomplete. Plymouth Rock's identity politics. Watchdogging. Insanity plagiarized. Ulysses' inner peace remains in parts. Rhapsody's Ithaca. Cyber warfare's eye hole. Thank you.